The brief was really, in many respects, a very simple strategy, and right up the top was to get Myer to solidify that relationship with its customer base and its community in general, really, just as one of the pieces of Melbourne that makes up what the sort of intricate DNA of Melbourne. Myer's definitely one of the core pillars of what Melbourne's about. So the idea that the bricks and mortar had to deliver something that was much more compelling than just a backdrop to a retailing activity was really apparent. Now that could test a retailer. A retailer could say, yeah, I just want a nice neutral environment and we'll let the product do the talking. And those days are certainly, that's been a very successful strategy, but one that does not necessarily engage the community in the sort of, to 100% levels as it would have a few decades ago. The aspect of getting light and air into the space and an appreciation of it was really, obviously in the design, it's evident, is very important. And the light that comes down that atrium space, just the simple act of inclining it to around 15 degrees means that there's a sort of it's almost like a funnel. It seems to gather the light. And because we've used a lot of reflective surfaces and glass balustrades and so on, that when the light hits at a certain angle, it does reflect quite a lot. You get the light down in the bottom of or the street level is phenomenal.
Balliol Myer, who was Sydney Myer's son, came in and to the store, and he's known Myer for years, and the first thing he said to me is, I showed him the designs. He said, I can't believe that you've given away that much space to air. You can't sell anything off that. And the reality is, it is a brave decision to give 500 square metres per floor over to fresh air. But the reality is, if you look around the world about the best department stores in the world, it's where they have a civic or a really great architectural space that draws people into the centre of the store. So when you stand back now and look at what we've delivered, I think we're really confident that we will get more upside in terms of what the environment that we've created, and that will make the rest of the floor plates work harder than if we actually had compromised on the void.
We decided to contribute a new roofscape. Myer, we felt, is the centre of retail activity in Bourke Street in Melbourne. When you look down into the city, you should see this gold roof. Gold is sort of associated with retail activities. It's got a bit of pizzazz about it, and it reflects. And then also at night time, the roof goes dark really, and the light of the triangular shape or the diamond shaped window then glows in a sort of out of the city, and it's almost as big enough to sort of imagine that you can see into the building and see things going on. It's basement plus 7, so there's 8 levels of retailing, which is a big ask to get people to move willingly up that number of levels is quite a challenge. We actually celebrated the fact that you could get up there and be in a completely different space, because there's the hardcore retail, the high efficiency floors at the ground floors. As you move up, the space opens out. And all the way up, you get this journey where you can see where you are in the city. You can see out the windows now on Bourke Street. Very simple thing, we just took the paint off. And then the way in which the circulation moves around takes you up, and it moves north, and then eventually you arrive on the top floor, actually right on the north facade, looking out over the north side of the GPO and basically sort of northwest view across the cityscape.
We're really happy with the outcome, and everything to date suggests it's not going to be a problem in terms of achieving our commercial objectives. But the reality is, we needed to create a space. When you got off a plane in Melbourne, you were compelled to come to the best department store in Australia. That's where you want to come. You want to come to Myer Melbourne, and I think we've been able to give them something that they come in and they go, wow, this is not just about buying bottles of perfume. This is about a fantastic place to come and visit and experience. So we wouldn't have got that if we just had a set of escalators up through the middle of the shop. I don't think we would have had that impact.